Shit, forgot to turn that off. So let's get back straight into it. So West Ham and Wolves. So what a win this is for Wolves. Their first win of the season. They have won 1, drew 2 and lost 1, and a really, really important 3 points that are just, you know, gives them the first win back in the Premier League. So yeah, really, really good 3 points, I feel. But sometimes things don't go your way when you're struggling. And this is what has happened to West Ham. They have lost a 93rd minute goal by Traore, giving them all 3 points. Traore recently signed from Middlesbrough, and Bonatini setting him up for that goal. A really, really, really big win that for for Wolves. West Ham, 4 losses out of 4. They're sitting rock bottom. Rock bottom. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Rock bottom. And that's not what they've wanted. That's not what they wanted at all. They wanted to become a much bigger force. But West Ham have not done that. They have not got it together yet. There's a lot of players they've signed in their squad today. Even they've had 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new players from the last season, and then coming on they had another one come on as well, and 7 players to integrate is a lot of players, and you know it's hard for West Ham to integrate that amount of players, but that's no excuse whatsoever for this. 4 defeats out of 4. And you could see the reaction at full time. They're annoyed. This is not what they wanted. On to a brighter note, we go to Everton versus Huddersfield. So Everton, you'd expect to easily beat Huddersfield, but that's not what happened. Billing scoring after 34 minutes, giving Huddersfield a shock lead. Digne set up Calvert-Lewin after 36 minutes and made it 1-1. But they pressed well, they did well. It wasn't, you know, a Everton hammering and they couldn't get a winner. They didn't have a shot on target in the second half. Huddersfield, 3 shots on target. They could have won the game, but a really, really good point for Huddersfield. That's their second point after that 0-0 draw with Cardiff last week, but that's exactly what they wanted. That would do their confidence the world good going into the international break. Billing getting the only goal for them. Really, really, really important. Next we go to Crystal Palace, who will be without Wilfried Zaha for a while. Wilfried Zaha is a key player. He is the most important player in the Premier League by club, if that makes sense. They need Wilfried Zaha more than any player, any club needs any other player. That's how important he is. And once again, they lost without him. A 2-0 defeat. Danny Ings getting in between the defenders to make it 1-0. They then missed a penalty, Southampton, after Wan-Bissaka handballed. Charlie Austin missed the penalty. A very, very good save by the goalkeeper, Hennessy. But when they continued to press and press and press, Benteke had 2 huge chances, but he didn't take them. And then Højbjerg right at the end made it 2-0. So really important 3 points that. That's their first 3 points of the season. They've only picked up 1 point before then, and then 2 defeats. So that's really important. An away win as well. That's exactly what the doctor would have ordered. Really, really important for them. That's what they would have wanted, you know, that's what they would have wanted. But it's going to be a struggle without Wilfried Zaha. They need to have a look and see, you know, and see what else they can do, because it's going to be tough. That Max Meyer, maybe he can come in and really, really dominate. There wasn't a lot between the sides, 50-50 possession, and it's pretty much that, give or take, all the way down the statistics. So really tight game there, but Southampton win 2-0. Chelsea, Chelsea won again. That's 4 wins out of 4. They go level with Liverpool at the top. They didn't have it their own way though. As you'd expect, huge possession stats, 72% possession by Chelsea. This is exactly what you would expect. But it took them until the 72nd minute to get the winning goal, and that was Pedro scoring that one. Hazard went through and made it 2-0 5 minutes before full time. But that's exactly what they would have wanted. They would have wanted three points, especially after losing to them before, where they lost 3-0, didn't they, last season? But a really good 3 points. That's what Sarri would have wanted. 4 wins out of 4. Perfect. Going into the international break. Finally, Brighton versus Fulham. So Brighton and Fulham played out a 2-2 draw. Pascal Gross missed a penalty after 25 minutes. That's not what the doctor ordered at all. Really, really poor penalty that easily saved by Bettinelli. Schürrle made it 1-0. Great ball by Seri, and there was Schürrle to finish off. After 60 minutes, Mitrovic made it 2-0, and it looked like all 3 points would be going back to Craven Cottage. Mitrovic making it 2-0. But Murray got one back. He was in an acres of room. I don't know what... who's the right back? I don't know what the hell was going on, but he had so much room out on the right-hand side, and it was easy. It was easy. You know, he had so much room, and he slotted it in. But right at the death, 84 minutes gone, 6 minutes to go, they made it 2-2. Glenn Murray converting the penalty after Gross was already off the pitch by then, and he put it into the top corner. So really, really good penalty. That's exactly what they would have wanted. And you know, that's a really, really, really good draw for Brighton after being 2-0 down. Obviously, earlier we had Leicester City versus Liverpool. That finished 2-1. A really, really good performance by Leicester. Once again, they went to Old Trafford and had a really good performance. They went here and had a really good performance. Mane, Firmino getting the goals in the first half. Mane getting slipped through by Andrew Robertson after 10 minutes to make it 1-0. Just before half-time, Firmino made it 2-0. Gazelle got one back after a horror show by Alisson, and that made it 2-1. But they pushed and pushed and pushed, but they just couldn't get it. Van Dijk was once again a rock at the back. But Leicester had the most possession, the most shots on target. They just couldn't get an equaliser, which is really unfortunate. They've lost 2 games, but only just against 2, you know, very, very good sides in Manchester United and Liverpool. So that's not what they would have wanted at all. We have Manchester City and Newcastle coming up next. That will be an interesting game. I'd imagine City will be able to wipe the floor with them. But how does the Premier League look now? Liverpool are currently top of the table. Chelsea are in second place with 12 points. West Ham are still bottom, 0 points, 10 goals conceded, just those 2 goals scored. And then Newcastle and Burnley are both in the bottom 2 as well. They play later and tomorrow. Around mid-table, we have Wolves and Southampton. They've moved up to 9th and 10th place. Everton are in 7th after that 1-1 draw, but that was really disappointing. Huddersfield, they are in 17th place after their 1-1 draw. And Fulham and Brighton are in 11th and 12th. So that is the Premier League review in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're watching this back, then feel free to leave some comments and get involved down below, and I'll reply to all of the comments, well, 99.9% of them, so I hope you can get involved down below anyway. If you have been watching this video live, thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribe if you are new, like the video, share and whatever. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.